Through the years of the internet, we've experienced some pretty bizarre hoaxes, and somehow humans always managed to fall for them. Remember when people were testing out whether you could charge your iPhone in microwaves?
Amazing discovery about Apple devices that they don't want the consumers to know about. And click start.
But sometimes these hoaxes go a little bit too far to the point of worldwide panic, and in this case, even the loss of life. Today, lady and man, we are of course talking about the 2012 end of the world hoax.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
There are monthly cycles of the moon and annual cycles of the sun.
For most people, the new year is cause for celebration, but for some, this year is cause for concern. You've probably heard this, that according to an ancient Mayan prophecy, the world will end in late 2012.
And that discovery is now adding fuel to what for some people was already a burning question: will the world end at the end of this year?
In 2012, hold on one sec. That's better. In 2012, social media was still pretty fresh. Facebook was leading the pack. But with the rise of Facebook came the rise of Facebook posts. And in the sea of birthday greetings, memes, and movie recommendations loomed a much spookier, much more threatening style of post. The internet hoax. Now, if you were anything like me in 2012, you would have been 11. And you wouldn't have actually been allowed Facebook back then. And no matter how much you cried and you begged your mum, she wouldn't budge. So you found ways around it. You found other cooler, even better social medias to use. Google+. Me and my friends used Google+. One day in our little Google+ circle, one of my friends posted a screenshot off Facebook saying that the world was going to end in December that year. So we panicked. And apparently we weren't the only people to panic. It didn't take long for this information to spread like wildfire. Eventually everyone in the world had heard the theory that the apocalypse was nigh. That was cool. That was a cool way of saying that. The theory was simple. An ancient Mayan calendar that we've known about for ages seemingly ended its cycle on December 21st, 2012. Many speculated that the end of the calendar was a warning for the end of the world. The thing is, at this point, many people believed this hoax. And when I say many, I mean at least 1/3 of the Earth's population. But there was no one definitive explanation on what would actually cause this doomsday event. So some of the more popular theories included a galactic alignment, claiming that its occurrence would somehow create a combined gravitational effect between the sun and the supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, causing death. Number 2, a geomagnetic reversal, possibly triggered by a massive solar flare that would release an energy equivalent to 100 trillion atomic bombs, causing death. Number 3, a planet called Planet X would collide or pass by the Earth, causing death. And lastly, people not subscribing to Jaros, causing death. The funny thing is, it didn't take much research to realize that none of these were actually possible, except the last one. But at this stage, I don't think people cared about what would cause the end of civilization. All they cared about was getting laid before it ended. No, really, that was actually a thing. The worldwide spread of panic and mass hysteria caused people to do a lot of weird things. In Russia, inmates of a women's prison experienced a mass psychosis in the weeks leading up to the Doomsday event, while residents of a town in Moscow reportedly emptied the supermarkets of all foods, matches, candles, and other supplies. Not toilet paper. That was more of a 2020 thing. In China, almost 1,000 members of the cult Almighty God were arrested after claiming that it was time to overthrow communism. I'm not kidding. And in the United States, sales of underground blast shelters increased dramatically, with many construction companies using the apocalyptic event as a marketing strategy. And in Michigan, they closed schools 2 days early because they thought that someone would come and shoot up the school. Totally normal fear for countries all over the world. And sadly, the hoax even caused the suicide of a teenage girl, with many more suicides believed to be linked to the event. So, did the world end? No. So why was the panic so widespread? Well, similar to how YouTube works with many people making videos about the Mr. Beast drama, news stations capitalized on the fear, broadcasting many different stories and theories, riding the wave of mass hysteria, thus causing even more hysteria. Humans are very easy to scare. See? The 2012 apocalypse did nothing more than spawn a pretty terrible movie and give me a topic for a YouTube video 12 years later. No planets aligned, no Planet X crashed into us, and there was no solar flare. Just Gangnam Style. A lot of Gangnam Style. Like, share, comment, subscribe.